All right, guys, welcome back. I'm back from my hiatus. I had a little bit of an excuse. My wife had our fourth baby. Can you believe that? I'm on fourth baby, but I had to do a video tonight to talk about this game between the Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. It's it's pretty incredible how high level basketball that was being played. I know that people will say, well, it wasn't very good basketball. You know why it wasn't very good basketball? Because there was being incredible defense being played on both sides of the ball. When you have players like Kevin Durant and James Harden missing shots, that means that players are playing high level defense, which means high level basketball. So don't let anyone tell you it wasn't high level basketball. It's high level defense. That's high level basketball. And then you have the talent of two incredible teams making big time shots to win the game. This game was incredible. First thing I want to talk about is Houston. Houston, you're winning me over a little bit. I don't know why. I don't really have a team I'm particularly rooting for. I find myself kind of rooting for the Warriors a little bit just because the Rockets beat my Jazz. But my goodness, Chris Paul and the Rockets have kind of won me over with their play, especially Chris Paul this game, which is why it's heartbreaking what happens at the end of the game to Chris Paul. He looks like the look on his face is that something bad happened. At first, I wondered maybe if it's a hamstring. Hopefully, it's just kind of like a cramps, Worst case, like best case scenario, it was cramps and he had to leave. Worst case is it's something career ending. It looks like it might be something like a strain. Let's just hope that Chris Paul plays the next game because you want him to play if the Rockets want to win the game. Otherwise, you need James Harden to show up, who has not been showing up like his normal MVP self. Harden needs to make those threes. I think he's missed his last 20 threes now because he was 0 for 11 from 3-point range tonight. That's nuts. I don't know. Rockets fans, let me know in the comments when the last time that's happened, but I don't remember seeing Harden miss shots like this, and he's passing them up because he's not making them. And at the end of the game, there was a point where I was watching him. If I'm a Warriors fan, I want Harden to take it because he just can't hit. And so let's just hope Chris Paul is okay because you want your best players to play. You want to see the best players against the best players. May the best man win type stuff. So let's just hope Chris Paul is okay because Chris Paul has been incredible. He has been every bit worth the trade that Houston did to get him. He has made big time shots. He was the major reason that the Rockets knocked out the Jazz in the second round. Just big time shots. And there was they took 2 points away from him too. This game shouldn't have even gone down to the last shot like it did. Chris Paul is a superstar, and if anyone thinks otherwise, you're wrong. Chris Paul is legit. And so if you're Houston and Chris Paul's out, then you really just need a big-time game for James Harden. That's one thing you can be kind of excited about if you're Houston, I guess, or hope for, is that James Harden doesn't go 5 for 21 again and 0 for 11 from 3. And you know that he can. And so maybe if it's the James Harden show next game, maybe the Rockets can pull out a miracle in Golden State if Chris Paul's out. So the Rockets looked really good. They play a great brand of basketball. And that's one thing I noticed between the Rockets and Golden State this game is that the Rockets defense has taken Golden State out of kind of what they do. And I don't know kind of what's going on with Golden State a little bit. One thing I noticed watching this game is just how important Curry is to the Warriors. Steph Curry, well, before we get into that, just a reminder that Andre Iguodala didn't play this game. So if you're Houston and he comes back, man, that is just frustrating. But, no one's crying for the Utah Jazz who lost Ricky Rubio. No one's crying for the Oklahoma City Thunder who don't have Andre Robertson. Injuries are part of the game, and you've got to find a way to win. If Iguodala doesn't come back, the Warriors have to find a way to get wins without just talent. They have to get back to the 2015 Warriors. The Warriors with Steph Curry, Clay, and Draymond who, had that incredible talent, but their passing and their system was just so incredible, leading the league in assists. And I don't know if maybe the Warriors lead the league in assists right now. I don't know. I don't have it in front of me. But there was a lot of ISO ball going on. And Kevin Durant tonight was 8 for 22. He was 3 for 6 from 3 and 10 for 10 from the free throw line. So actually a pretty decent night. That's just playoff basketball. You've got guys that are playing their hearts out and you go 8 for 22. That's actually better than I thought. But one thing I would say with the Warriors is sometimes it just doesn't seem to flow as much as you'd want. You know, the Warriors are so good when they have cutters going to the rim. So they have like their shooters like Steph and Clay on the outside, and what it does is it opens up those lanes for easy buckets at the rim, and you haven't seen that as much this game. And part of that, you've got to give credit to the Houston Rockets, who are taking that away and forcing them into just talent ball. And the Warriors are so good they can overcome that a little bit. Their talent is just that incredible. But you saw tonight that like when the last 3-4 minutes come and it's crunch time and everything's locked up and you've got to, find a way to get good shots, they couldn't. They had the talent, they got some buckets, but I don't know. Houston's doing a great job defending Golden State. They're doing as good a job as anyone can. And for the first time ever, they look really, and in terms of having Durant on the team now, this is the first time they've looked really beatable. 3-2 for the Rockets is a big deal. And part of that was just Chris Paul making insane shots. So if you're Golden State, you got to breathe a sigh of relief if you find out he's hurt. But if he's not hurt, and I'm a Warriors fan, I'm nervous because they beat, I think that's 2 in a row now for Houston against Golden State. And now, you've got to find a way to score and win. And you got to win 2 in a row against Houston, who with, Chris Paul, James Harden, and Clint Capella are phenomenal. And so that's if I'm a Warriors fan, you've got to get back. This is Steph Curry's team. That's one thing I think we're finding out, that Steph Curry is option one. It doesn't mean he's a better player than Durant or Durant, whatever. Whether you think who's better than what doesn't really matter. But Steph Curry has to be the head of that snake, and then Durant play off of Curry, because his ability to spread the floor is just unmatched, and his passing on top of it and his ability to get the rim is incredible. And if he's hurt, I don't know. This is the thing. Players get hurt. And if Curry's hurt or if he's not hurt, he's got to find a way to overcome it. Same with, everyone else who's playing. Klay Thompson, who might be straining a little bit. That's what happens. You play 82 games plus, what are we going, like a game 92 or something like that, 95? You've got to find a way to overcome it because everyone's hurt. Chris Paul's now hurt. So you've got to find a way to overcome it. There's no excuses. There are no excuses. And James Harden hasn't played very well besides game 1, has not played well since like halfway through the Utah series. Chris Paul had to carry James Harden in that series and this series as well at times. And so Harden's got to step up. He's got to go to bed at night. Stop going to strip clubs. Go to bed, James Harden, and get rest. Stop eating donuts. Start eating sushi and salad, okay? That's what you got to do, or you're not going to beat the Warriors. And the Warriors got to stop playing hero ball and iso ball. My goodness. Get a shot in the system, Pass the ball. Stop doing iso ball mid-range jump shots that make it easy for the other team to guard. Like if you just do an iso with Kevin Durant, yes, it's a good shot because it's Kevin Durant, but it's easier to guard. You at least know what to do. When you've got movement and stuff going on with so many shooters around you, it's like crazy, and everyone's like figuring out, where do I got to go? Who do I got to guard? Who do I got to switch on? Blah, blah, blah. And then they get an open shot. But when it's iso ball, it's like, that makes it easier on the defender. They just have to contest as best as they can. So the Rockets need to get back to their system. And I know Houston's taking that away, but Golden State's too talented to not be able to impose their will. Golden State's got to overcome that and run their system and get better buckets, or they're going to lose this series, And you can't say Andre Iguodala is out and that's why we lost, because you've got Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. You need to find a way to win with those players. That's just the facts. Anyways, if I missed something, let me know in the comments. Been a fantastic series. It's going to be a crazy fun game in Golden State because you know that Houston's going to try to close it out. My prediction, they go 7, but we'll see. Maybe Houston just has some magic in that game. So anyways, guys, like and subscribe this video. More NBA shows, more national stuff. That's what we're doing. My name is James Hansen. You can follow me on Twitter @HansenJames. I will talk to you later.